I'm live, I think. Maybe. Away from my workstation. Am I live? Am I truly live? What is it to be alive? Hey buddies, so it's been a while. It's been a long while. And so we're live streaming on an iPad, and I've got my chat up so I can see. My studio is like completely in disarray. So like I don't have my computer set up or anything. This is this is as bare bones as it gets. So you know, bear with me, my friends. But Suki, it's good to see you. How have you been? How's my frog? How's my fruggle? Tell me all about my frog. It's been a while. I'm going to take a hot second to say that right now I'm getting ready to start working on 2 Funko Pop customs. One is for Underwolf. He requested Balto, which is super exciting. And then another is for the captain. You all know her. You all love her. She's requested, she's commissioned Wander from Shadow of the Colossus. So, oh, he pooped out. Oh, he's what is he, 2? Is he 2 years old now? And school's been doing good. I'm glad to hear. Where I live, we've had nothing but like snow. It's been like a snowscape, snow hellscape, a snellscape. And kids have not had a full day of school since the start of the school year. Like since January, they have yet to have a full week of school because of the snow. He's still 1? Mother Nature is drunk. A lot of people have jokingly said like it's almost like winter has decided it's done, and then turn around and been like, and on another thing. So it's kind of cracked me up. I don't know. I don't mind. Like I don't have kids in school. I still have to go to work. But I skipped a snow day last week. I took off. You've gotten some new stamps since Xmas and banknotes. I saw some of your stamps the other day. I finally hopped on Instagram, Instagams. I really liked that. Was it that Illuminati confirmed? That triangle stamp. It was like was it? Remembering the. Was it FDR? Notes from Siberia, Peru, and Costa Rica. So are you expand banknotes as well? I really like that FDR. I'm like I know they make stamps in like different shapes and sizes, but at the same time it was just kind of like, oh, that's an interesting shape. I knew they made them in different shapes, but at the same time I was like, well, isn't that fun? I need to grab my wax paper. Where's the wax paper? Where is anything? Oh, that's his black gesso. What the heck? Mother Nature, you drunk. Go home. Oh, that was not a wise life choice. Alright, well, we'll just use this wax paper. I can't find my wax paper, so we're just gonna recycle. Yeah, stamps can be odd shapes. There's a stamp for Tonga that's shaped like a banana. Some that are playable records? Like, if you put it on a little record player, it would play. Well, I guess that's what makes it a playable record. That's crazy. I like the shape. I like the idea of the shape of the banana. So, is there any reason, like, has the U.S. done any fun shapes with stamps? Is there a particular reason why the square is the standard? Okay, so what I'm kind of entertaining the idea, because Balto's nose in the animation is pretty square and flat and kind of sharp. So I'm kind of entertaining the idea of maybe sharpening, like introducing a little bit of clay right there to flatten that, to kind of mimic the animation style a little bit more. And while that dries, then I can start laying some gel. Wander. Oh. Itchy nose. We'll see how that does. We'll see how that looks. And if we don't like it, well, that's the good thing about clay. You just take it off and... Oh, that's gross. Ew. Okay. Let me throw that away because that's nasty. We've got some sports. Of course, US would do sports balls. We love sports. All sports, all time. All sports, all the time. So what else have you been up to? Have you seen any good movies lately? Did you see How to Train Your Dragon yet? I have not gone to see it yet. It is obviously on my list. The last thing I saw was Lego Movie, which was delightful. Squared because it's more like a uniform design, and that makes sense. Also not quite what I want. And that makes sense. But I didn't know, like, you know, with like cutters anymore, like they're more sophisticated, so it's not quite as much of a hassle. What tools do I use? You know, when they're cutting out the stamps. I've seen some of those little Cricut devices do some pretty cool shapes. Spider-Verse. Oh. I want to see Spider-Verse so bad. I haven't gotten around to seeing it yet. But I love the style, the animation. I loved how creative they were with it. I feel like it's been, I'm gonna move my phone over there so I can see. I feel like it's been a long time since we've seen an animation studio be creative like these guys were. Nick Cage was, I didn't know that. I don't know anything about it because I haven't seen it yet. Though I stopped at McDonald's a couple times and got their Into the Spider-Verse toys because they were these cute little vinyl things. I thought those would be kind of fun to paint. Peter Porker, is that what his name is? I just called him Spider Pig. Because I think that was what they called it in Family Guy. Peter Porker. Love it. Spider Ham, but that's a Spider Ham. Oh my gosh. I saw Amazon had the art of Into the Spider-Verse. They had the art book, and I was pretty tempted to pick it up. Just because it looks visually fun. And I've had a lot of my buddies, they're big comic book fans, they're big Spider-Man fans, say it was the best Spider-Man movie they've seen. I heard there was like, what was it, a noir Spider-Man? They didn't go too much into what was going on because, they wanted it to be a surprise for me, but they were kind of just like, it's like, why did I get a pig? I was a little annoyed. I was like, why did I get a pig? And then they kind of told me a little bit about it, and I was like, okay, that's cute. Did you get to see Lego Movie yet? Have you any interest in seeing the Lego Movie? Have fan shapes, heart shaped stamp. I bet the fan shaped ones are really neat. So for like those fan shaped ones, I can imagine those would be difficult. They would be delicate. Do you have any of those? Do you have any of the fan shaped ones? Oh, Lego Movie 2. Yes, Lego Movie 2 is really good. That was the last thing I've seen in theaters. I make it sound like it was forever ago. It feels like it was forever ago. It was really good. The soundtrack's really fun too. Unless you make some connections to Korea or China. Fair enough. I wonder if those stamps are really delicate just because of their shape. I saw U.S. is doing dog inspired. Was it World War II? Some canines that served in World War II. Thought I saw those were coming up. I thought that was pretty cool. I think the U.S. had a Wonder Woman stamp not that long ago. I wanted one of the Wonder Women because I liked the illustration, but the post office that I was at, they didn't have them. I was kind of like, well, then don't advertise them. Haven't been to the post office in a while. I wonder if you can do like some sort of when a new design comes out, you can pre-order them. One would think they would take some sort of consideration like that. I'm not getting his nose the shape I want it to be. Yeah, stamp collector lives matter. Because, you know, those, like, subscription boxes are so popular right now. You'd think, they'd have some sort of, like, pre-order. No, I haven't seen any new episodes of Gumball. I'll have to check if it's on Amazon. Not Amazon, Netflix. I did sit down and binge watch The Dragon Prince this weekend. My days are all screwed up. I binge watched The Dragon Prince Thursday and Friday. Aww. I think it's a very I don't want to say niche, but like when people think of hobbies, they don't think of stamp collecting. I think it's just kind of one of those like, yeah, people know it exists, but they don't think, you know, it's something that they could get into. Like I had no idea about the variety of stamps until you started sharing this information. I think it's one of those things an older demographic might find the appeal to it because a lot of times, you know, they make stamps commemorating events that were important in history, and for some of those older individuals, they were there, you know? But it's not just, that's the thing with hobbies. They're not just for a certain demographic. Everyone gets into them. Young people get into them. That's how the hobby stays alive. If it was just an old person hobby, it would have died out a while ago. Huge in the 50s to the 80s. Well, I have a feeling that was like, I wouldn't be surprised if like illustration was also big in that era. Because they probably, you know, that was probably a good way to keep artists working. And I think they had an appreciation for illustration. And then I think after the 80s, it was like all about the photos. And that's what, you know, when I saw the Wonder Woman illustration, I got excited because, like, it was a cool illustration. I like cool illustrations. I tried to get a gift card to Panda Express the other day, not because I needed a gift card to Panda Express, but because I liked the art on the gift card. It confused the lady behind the register because I was paying for my lunch with a gift card, and she was like, "Why do you want another gift card? You've got one." I said, "Because that one's cuter." She just looked at me funny. I was like, "Never mind, just give me my teriyaki chicken. I don't want to talk to you anymore. I just want to go home and eat my chicken." I'm curious. I would not be terribly surprised if we do see a slight pickup in that hobby, in stamp collecting, since the sort of like the art of letter writing is kind of dying. So stamps are going to be, you know, seen more and more as like a, I don't want to say like a bygone era, but like something, I don't know, kind of like how vinyl is making a comeback. Does that make sense? That all made sense in my head. You know, vinyl's making a comeback. Yeah, the Diana and Elvis stamps. I bet Elvis was crazy popular stamp. You know, want to sell a stamp? Put Elvis on it. I'm not so sure. I'm not impressed with this schnoz. Like, I liked the idea I was having. But I'm not so sure. The most stamps sold for. Was that a recent sale? I remember you saying like there was one stamp that was super rare. But I didn't think it went for that much. $2014. Okay. So see, what is your most valued stamp? Not your most expensive, not your rarest, but I mean like the one that you treasure, the one that you value. What has the most value of your stamps? Which one has the most value to you? I don't know about you, man. I'm not falling in love with this schnoz. You're a sucker for the Ottoman Empire ones. Maybe the South Vietnam. Have a stamp for the last Shah of Iran. That's a tough question. What about like your most sentimental stamp? Like which stamp means the most to you? Like sentimentally. Do you have one like that? Like, you know, oh, you got this stamp while on vacation, and therefore it has a special meaning. Not yet. You're just going to have to start traveling the world, sir. You haven't gotten a stamp from a late family member. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? I have a Carmen Sandiego pop. I'd reach up and grab her, but she's too far away. Is there a Carmen Sandiego stamp? There needs to be a Carmen Sandiego stamp. Do they have like a design your own stamp? Precious. Not yet. Get on it, Suki. Make a Carmen Sandiego stamp. Go. Oh, enjoy. It's good. It's good, it's good. Enjoy it very much. Worst case, even if you don't enjoy, do know that you'll enjoy the 2 hours of Queen music. It was good. I enjoyed it. It was good talking to you, sir. Take care of yourself. Take care of my little frog. Oh, so sorry. I thought you were like going to go watch it right now. Hey, Suri, how you doing? I've been okay. I had a rough week. Had a rough couple weeks, but last week was a rough one. Otherwise, I'm doing all right. How you doing? What have you been up to, Suri? How are your troops doing? I didn't know they were stamp collectors. Oh, how'd it go? How'd the character speed date go? So that's super. I know, right? Like that. What was it? They were like, this artist needs no introduction, and then this guy started just like singing, and I was like, who the heck is this guy? Apparently he did need an introduction. And SpongeBob, what are you doing? It went well. Basically, had about 15 minutes to do a first meeting, given they were timed, but otherwise it was pretty good. 15 minutes is for those little speed dates. That's a pretty decent amount of time. But I guess you're doing a lot of writing and crafting, so you kind of and 15 minutes goes fast. Is it? It's not for the circus group, right? You had last I chatted with everyone. Suri was you were doing the night circus, and I know that's not their name. I know that's not their proper name, but it was like Cirque de Lumia. Um, you were doing stuff with them, and then you were trying out for a new troupe, and that's been I that's been a while. So tonight's project. Oh yeah. So sorry. Tonight's project is Underwolf reached out to me a week or two ago. Yeah, this probably about a week or two ago. This figurine took a while to come in. So Underwolf reached out to me asking for Balto, and so I finally found a canine that I liked the look of. It's Sirius Black from Harry Potter in dog form, and it's super cute. I might buy a couple more just to have on hand. So it's Balto, and right now I'm kind of experimenting with boxing out his nose. Since the Balto animation, I really liked their kind of square noses. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now. Oh, Mamma Mia, there we go again. Drakai, I knew it was like dark or something, dark and light. You're doing a written project for it since there's a new mini event. That's exciting. Got a new standing desk, guys. Gotta get used to it. I keep leaning on it. Not for leaning, it's a standing desk. Whoop, shoot. Oh, you got some Korean cards. The event is don't worry, be happy. Oh, I like that. Does Bob Marley partake a lot in this event? Yeah, which cards did you get? I was at a GameStop, and they had a whole bunch of Pokemon cards like right by the register, and I was super tempted to pick up a pack. I haven't opened up a pack of Pokemon cards in like probably before all y'all were born. Let Granny Liz tell you a story. But I was super tempted to pick up a pack of Pokemon cards. They had it looked like it was based off of Sun and Moon, the DS game. It had Snorlax and Eevee, and I was sorely tempted to pick up a pack of cards just for the sake of it. That might be a future project one of these days. I was watching a video. A young lady painted on some Pokemon cards, and I thought, hey, that might be a fun project. One of these days, just take a common card, nothing rare, and maybe usually what I see them do is expand on the background. So maybe like expand on the background. A whole box of Pokemon Moon set. $18 a box? That's not bad. Or at least from what I remember, that's not bad. I always enjoyed getting the cards in the different languages. I thought they were pretty. Had no idea what it said, and I couldn't use it in a tournament, but I thought it was pretty. In short, there are bright, hot pink feral Pokemon going around the circus and smooching the people of the circus. The smooch basically makes the person insufferably chipper. Oh, I love it. I love it. In Japan, it's what is it? It's 5 cards a pack. The cost is low. I feel like they've got there's a lot of stuff over there that's really, cause I've had a buddy go over there, and he was looking at like some of the markers that I like to use, and he said, yeah, they're like $2 over here. What do you spend for them? I was like, gee, Minnie, I spend $6, and that's with a coupon. I messed up the nose. The cost is so low, gosh. A little tiny part of me wants to go to Japan. Just check it out. Probably do a whole lot of shopping. I think it'd be fun. I had hoped to go to Europe sometime this year, but I have some, I don't know if it'll be feasible anymore. Okay. Mr. Dark wants them quarantined and wants to remove this condition so they can get back to work, since otherwise they're more of a problem. The participants can either do as he says or be among the afflicted and basically wreak havoc. Ooh. I almost feel like it would be more fun to wreak havoc. Back to stamps. April 2nd, they're going to make a stamp of Marvin Gaye. I'm a little ignorant in the times. Was there a particular reason for April 2nd of this year? Have they made a Steve Irwin stamp? I want a Steve Irwin stamp. I want Steve Irwin back. Steve Irwin was my Bob Ross. I know a lot of people watch Bob Ross to kind of like zone out and relax. He stresses me out. Don't get me wrong, I love the guy. I love his stuff. But I watch his videos and I end up more stressed. Like, why can't I do that? Oh, okay. I didn't know if it was like some sort of umpteenth anniversary. I figured it was. I'd figured it was something. That's sad. Okay, my friends, I need your input. What do we feel of the nose? I was trying to make it boxy, kind of like how the movie did. I'm not so sure I'm sold on it. Does this nose look boxy like Balto's? Does it look kind of silly? Okay. Looks like it's got potential. It looks okay so far. Looks okay so far. Because Balto, you know, in the animated movie, his nose is pretty. Yeah, that's a snoot I'd want to boop. Okay, all right. We've got a boopable snoot. Okay. I can't. That's all one can ask for. Because in the in the movie, his little schnoz is pretty squared. And I thought it'd be kind of cool if I could mimic that. But I'm struggle bussing. But we got a pretty boopable snoot going on here, so okay. That was my concern. So what movies have we seen lately, guys? I saw Lego Movie 2. I really liked it. I highly recommend it. Suki saw Spider-Man. In 2000, they did a stamp celebrating all of the decades from 1900s to 1900s. I think I know what you were saying. That's pretty clever. What? Clay! Help me out here, Clay. Come on. Hey, and a wolf! Guess what I'm working on, sir? Suri hasn't seen any movies recently. He's mostly been working on character stuff for groups. You found 7 groups, my friend. Jeez. Wow. Yeah, I think last time I talked to you, you were just on the 2. Hey, Underwolf. So, since you're here, this is Balto. I would like your input. This is actually great. Your timing's perfect. Because I was just feeling a little insecure about, you have no self-control. So Underwolf, I was feeling a little insecure about a decision I'd made, and I would like your input. I thought it would be kind of neat to make Balto's nose, or to make his nose kind of square, like how Balto's is in the animated movie. I am starting your Balto. So I was trying to make his nose square, like in the animated movie. Kind of flat. He's got that sharp edge. Kind of struggle bussing with it. So I would like to hear your input on what, if you like what we're doing, where we're going with it. I will continue on, my wayward son. If you are not too, won over, that's fine. I'll just clean it off and just start laying down the primer. The 80s Got Cats, the musical, Cosby Show, computers, video games, E.T. and CDs. I'm glad the 80s got Cats because I really liked Cats, the musical. I heard it will be turning into a movie soon. Very exciting. I was a fan of the musical, obviously. Cats are great. Everyone should pet a cat. Paparina? No, I have not. What's their channel? Aw, I'm glad that you, I'm glad I have your trust. But just know, like, hey, I want to make this figurine as cool as possible, and I want to make you happy as I possibly can. So, I'd like your input. I love getting input. I love getting feedback. And if I can make it happen, I will make it happen. If I can't make it happen, I'll let you know. But that's the whole point of this, is to make it happen. I like the challenge. He has boogers. I'm picking his nose. Ladies and gentlemen, I am picking Balto's nose. He reviews books. Mostly he's covering the history of... That's pretty cool. I would be interested in hearing Nickelodeon's history, because that was my jam for most of my childhood. You got your GED and you're about to start volunteering at the local thrift store as well as looking for... Good for you, Suri. I'm so proud of you. Good for you. Any idea of, like, what kind of job you're looking into? Uh-oh, my battery's low. He does essay-like videos. And I'm glad to hear, Underwolf. I'm really glad. That's one of the reasons why I was like, hey, you should make a video. Make a video working on this puppo. I was super excited when you said you wanted Balto. I was like, yes! I had yet to work on an animal. And Balto is a cool show. Also, he's a cool, historical figure. Greg? Okay. I'll refer to him as Greg. Give me a hot second, friends, to get a better charger. this through. I didn't think any of this through. I didn't think any of this through. I was thinking. I was just doing. Ah! I got beeped at. Okay. Did that work? Okay, I'm back. I didn't think any of this through. Okay. For now, Suri is looking at something simple. Later down, a voice actor. Yeah, I hear you, man. Just, hey, work so you can afford to do what you enjoy. That's what I do. Greg lives most lovely place, the backwood of Idaho, where all of the potatoes are. Right now, I live in a frozen tundra, so I can't make fun of anyone. Puppet dog. So when you guys watch reviews, do you like more of the essay? Do you like more of the just off the cuff? And I agree. I think a voice actor would be fun. Sorry, have you done any like practice runs or anything? Have you done any like I guess recordings or? Because if so, share that jam, my friend. Share that link. And if not, well, no time like the present to start it. And then share that link. Greg's videos feels like a teacher is talking. All right, Suki, you take care now. You take care of yourself. You take care of my pup, my fruggle. Stay safe and warm. Ooh, there you go, DMing for D&D. That's real popular right now. The recording D&D sessions. I'm not a D&Der. I don't have the patience for it, which has annoyed many people. But I think that's a good place to start. A friend of mine was saying her dad's a DM, and he can only do like 3 accents, so everyone in all of the villages has had one of 3 accents. What is it? Is it my brother and I? Did some sort of D&D session, and I think that's gotten it popular. As I said, I don't have the patience for it, so I don't know much. But I think that's a good, and I've heard a lot of podcast voice actors play D&D as sort of like exercises and just to kind of keep themselves on their toes. So that's a really good exercise. It's a really good practice to get into. I encourage it. Do it. Yeah, record. I stand behind it 120%. Ow, ow, jeez, ow, ow, cat. Feline. I should have seen that coming. We're gonna have a fuzzy invasion here in 2 seconds. Okay, he tripped over something, so it's gonna be more like 5. But prepare yourselves, friends, for a fuzzy invasion. Here he comes. Oh, here he is. Hi, Percy. Hello, Percival. You're just a brat. Yes. Oh, you just stepped in water. That's fine. Yeah, go ahead, Siri. Tell us about it. And Underwolf has got a really good suggestion. Doing the public domain stories. First off, because I need more audiobooks. Secondly, audiobooks need more good readers. Thirdly, the cat just stepped in soap. He just stepped in soap. Thanks, cat. No, 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 no. Cat, 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 cat. Oh. See, if I shut him out of the room, he would just be on the other side of the door crying. And up until a little bit ago, he was sleeping, being a good boy. And now, he's being a turkey. We have a fuzz. I repeat, we have a fuzz. Oh, go. There he goes. Okay. Ugh, you're a pain in the butt. I know you're cute. Okay, yeah, go scratch up things. That's fine. I'm gonna pull up a reference photo. Oh, cat. Cat just about got stepped on. Oh, goodness. Sorry, I was looking up a reference for his nose. I got distracted. The idea you haven't drawn yet is for Pokemon Night Academy, like the previous Smeargle and Umbreon characters. Officially, you've gotten all 6 character slots, so the ones I'm using. There are... Am I back? Please let me know if I'm back. I'm just gonna keep talking. Underwolf, don't you have... You've gotten a convention coming up, don't you? Like you're gonna be showing your art at a show? Oh, good. Okay. Why were we so zoomed in? Oh my god. Okay, good. I went to go look up a reference image and everyone was gone. I blame the cat. I realized I was making his little nose a little... That's why it was looking a little weird. Flower City Comic Con this April. Well, that's exciting. I remember I haven't been on social media a whole lot lately. But I remember seeing you were doing another one of your scratching the where you were doing the white etching on the black. I think I remember you saying that was for another convention. Finished 3 new prints and some stickers by then. Do you have an online store? Scratchboard. I thought scratching sounded unsophisticated. I was like, that's not right. Scratchboard. Roland the spellcasting scholar, Narcisse the spirit medium, Vincent the theatrical spy, Liam Maltide the masked Templar, the newest idea you're working on, Yuri the rough and tumble medic. I love rough and tumble medics. I do. I enjoy a sassy medic. No store yet. You know, that's something you really need to get around to. Where's sorry, where's the is this the oh, you told me like 5 minutes ago, the Circus Drakai? Is that the cast for them? What happened to oh god, what, oh, I know his name. I know his name. He was the Leafeon. I know his name. I drew him, and it's gone. The name is gone. But yeah, Underwolf, I encourage a store. Like, Roby, okay. Oh, God, that hurt. Okay, so he's the only one in Circus Street High. Okay. I was like, wait a minute. Someone's missing. And yeah. I don't know if I encourage you to have a store. Either like I encourage it and then I have no follow-up advice. You know, if you want to do like a Redbubble. But the problem I've heard with Redbubble is that we have a fuzz. We've been invaded, ladies and gentlemen. We have been invaded. But the problem with Redbubble is they tend to keep a chunk of money because, you know, they technically you design the product. They're the ones that print it on the paper or the shirt or the what have you. So they get a huge chunk of it. But other stores, like, you know, you've got to do the work of making the product and shipping the product and stuff like that. And I'm someone who's very lazy and I don't know to me, I don't know, that trade-off is pretty nice. But I know some folks, like a guy I work with, he designs, he's got some clothing designs that he does, and you know, he just prints a large batch of hoodies and then sells them on his website. But that takes a lot of work. I mean, all of the, you know, he keeps his what's the word? Not his revenue. I mean, he, you know, makes some decent cash from doing that, but he puts a lot of work into it too. You've been talking to people at cons about it? That would be a good place to talk to people, because I don't know anything about stores. Someone was asking me about stores, and I was just like, I don't know. I don't have one. But I would like a print. I want one of your prints. You're in 7 groups, though. That's kind of a bad thing, I imagine, for X-Men. I can understand the concern. That's a lot of characters, and I remember Circus Drakai had some really high rules, like very. Jiminy, gosh, excuse me while I have a heart attack. Cat. Cat, just because it exists doesn't mean it's yours. Just because it's a string doesn't mean you can kill it. Oh, he's going to kill me. That makes sense, Underwolf. That makes a lot of sense. And I can imagine that would be kind of fun too, you know, doing all that stuff for your store. Like, that's a lot of, I don't know, I could see that feeling, that feeling of accomplishment. And yes, sir, I could see how you might be running your little self, you know, running yourself a little ragged, a little tired, because I recall, like, the Drakai had a huge list of specifications and you had to do this, this, and this. And I mean, I remember thinking, holy cow, I don't know if I could do that for one. And you were looking at multiple groups. What are you chewing on? Y'all got a slight sampling of my mom voice. I almost turned into a mom. What are you chewing on? That's a no. Ooh, when you get some new prints finished, let me know. I want to purchase some. I'm going to purchase them. Yeah, I can understand. It's hard to fight the temptation when you've got like the creative process and you're like, oh, this would be so much fun. I was listening this last week. I was kind of sick. I was super sick. I was kind of bedbound. So I was watching a lot of like tutorials on Procreate, and one of the tutorials kind of rabbit holed into sorry, ADD. One of the tutorials kind of rabbit holed into character design and development and like how how easy it is to just start making all these characters, because that's the fun part. But you do have to kind of at one point be like, all right, now what are you chewing on? How are you finding these things? Like a toddler. It's very tempting to just make all the characters, but don't forget to maybe sometimes channel that energy into revisiting existing ones instead. Did that make sense? Oh, okay. Well, that's good. I mean, that is one thing. You're not like going into all of the crazy super groups. Why? He does have a... Oh, that one's squishy. Let's start giving him that jaw. Because he's got a pretty strong chin. Our Balto. Our good boy. He had a pretty strong chin. That is paper. Okay. Well, that's what, like, I had a really bad problem with. I'd come up with this idea and be like, this would be the best idea for a character, and then I ended up having like a million characters that I never ever did anything with ever. or I'd start to like world build for them, but I didn't, I didn't really do anything with them, which was a shame. And so that's kind of, I need to sit down with maybe one cast of characters for a story and just focus on that and do something with it. And then, once I've done something with that, and I've got an ending for it, then I can pick up a new toy or a new project and work on that. That's so much easier. A huge deterrent for D&D for Underwolf is the time commitment. It's not something you can start and stop on a whim. Yeah, I can see that too. That's something like I've heard a lot of people say, like, it's hard to get the group together. It's hard to get everyone, not everyone has the same schedule, so good luck getting everyone together to play a round of what have you. And I know some people, like, they actually, as they plan out their week, they, the D&D session has become the staple of it has become a staple. They actually plan other things around this D&D session, which is great and all, if other people can also make that kind of if you're not the only one making that kind of commitment / sacrifice. And I know some folks, they'll do, they might not be able to meet up at someone's place, so they'll do like a Skype session. My college roommate tried to do we did the only role-playing session I've ever done. It was Pathfinder, and it was one session, and it was on Skype, and I was mouthy and sassy the whole time because I get bored. I don't have the patience for it. I get bored. So I was mouthy and sassy, and they started taking my comments as like what the character was saying. So, we might be having a conversation with someone, and I'd be like, oh yeah, that person is trustworthy. And then they'd get upset, and we lost out on, potential resources because my mouth, I couldn't keep my mouth shut. Martin! What you know? What have you been up to? I haven't seen you in forever and a century. What have you been up to, darling? Gummy bear. Gummy burb. Gummy burb. Gummy burb, what have you been up to? You just want some league. Suri noticed on his end that it's fickle, it goes all over the place, and one day working on one character end up getting another idea, so it gets all mixed up. Need to get you like a character journal. Bay. Gummy Burb won a league. What league did you win? I did go into hiding. I've not been feeling too hot. Like 2 weeks ago. How's Mantis doing? So, okay. Here's where Liz has been hiding. I've got some anemia problems going on, and I've just been tired. So I come home from work and I go to bed. In this last week, the anemia just laid me flat. I had a migraine that was, I think it's the worst pain I've felt in a long time. So I was sick this entire week. I stayed home. I was bedridden. Honestly, I thought I spent the entire day today thinking it was Thursday. Yeah, I thought yesterday was Wednesday. I thought today was Thursday. And I'm feeling better. Food is staying down, so that's all good. But I'm so sick and tired of being sick and tired that I was like, hey. Well, also the studio's a bit in shambles. I wanted to redesign the studio, and then I took everything apart and I didn't put it back together. So my studio looks like crap. So I had nowhere to work, and I just didn't feel like fixing it. I was too tired. But this afternoon, I was like, hey, I've got some projects that need to get done. Who cares if the studio is in the pits? I'll just film my desk. Nobody needs to know. League of Legends. He's a professor now? Aww. Professor Mantis. That's alright, Underwolf. I mean, like, it's, it sucks. It is what it is. I've just been a whiny butt. As I said, I'm feeling a little better. I've got some infusions coming up in March, so that'll help. Siri does have a database. The quantity just might be a bit excessive. You have 192 characters. 192, buddy. 192 characters. You've got a whole Pokedex. I think it's time you go through and do a little, I don't want to say culling because that sounds like murder. Maybe some editing. We need to do some editing. I missed you too, Martin. I missed all my guys. I missed you guys. I missed you guys. I missed you. I really had. I was so much more creative and so much more productive and just inspired when I was coming on and chatting with my crew. I missed you guys. Just, I was exhausted all the dumb time. No, there's nothing needs doing. Just kind of when I just randomly disappear off the face of the earth, please know it's not you, and it's not intentional. It's just tired, just sleepy. As I said, I've got some infusion shots coming up in March. That'll be a nice little kick of energy. And I won't be so grumpy, which will be nice. I won't be so tired, which will be even nicer. So yeah, no, just keep doing what you do. Oh gosh, it's been a year since has it been a whole year? Oh my gosh. I have been sleeping. I slept all week. Did I say I thought today was Thursday? I thought yesterday was Wednesday. I spent all of yesterday just like, it's Wednesday. Need to get in touch with my boss, let her know what's going on. My doctor's not in the office right now, so I can't call her. And then it was like 5 o'clock, and my mom was like, "No, sweetie, it's Friday. It's been Friday all day." I was like, oh dear. You were from Fargo for 5 minutes. But that's, you know, enough about that. That's the boring stuff. Tell me whatever. Siri's telling us about his creative works with his characters. Underwolf is making some prints and some paintings, which is exciting. He's got a con in April. Martin just won the League of Legends. What else have you been up to? Oh, I shall, sir. Here or Instagrams? Yeah, you know, it's a lot. I just feel like some ideas don't match with previously made characters. Been trying to slow down, though. Just trying to incorporate ideas in ones you were made. That's fair. But that's my homework assignment for you, sir, Mr. Suri, is to go through and just kind of 192, and you don't have to, by any means, you don't have to have this done by tomorrow. I expect this to be done next week. Just kidding. Don't, you know, at your own pace. And just kind of like revisit them, revise, you know, see which characters you can kind of retire. I've got a huge cast of retired characters, and it's not that, you know, I don't love them anymore. It's just I have nothing for them. So they're retired. They're in the vault. The steel trap that is my mind. No, tomorrow work yourself to death. But it's Sunday. It's Sabbath. I've got Balto I need to work on. I'm excited. And then also, I haven't talked about this fella for a little while. Does everyone remember the captain? My buddy, the captain? You know, Anuel, I think you're right. I think you're all right. Sunday is I'm a lazy butt day. I do think you're right. I think I had this conversation with someone like 3 weeks ago. Because I'm pretty sure he Googled it up and was in like, ha ha ha, told you so. Oh no! Oh, so no wonder it was so cheap. Dagnabbit. They didn't say anything. Ah, that's frustrating. Poopsicles. Okay, well. Shoot. If I'd known. So this is another project I'm going to be working on. I'm going to be turning this figurine into Wander from Shadow of the Colossus. And I just opened it out of the box just now, off screen. And that's when I realized that he was missing his freaking leg. am disappointed. It is what it is, but I'm disappointed. And I mean, like, hey, you know what? I'm customizing this figurine anyway, so I mean, I can work with this. I can make stuff happen, but still, dag nabbit. Son of a biscuit. Dramatic slamming. What happened with Captain? Oh, she's fine. She had some hip surgery, because we old ladies. Her hip surgery's going well. Or her hip surgery went well. But she's also been kind of cabin fevery. And so she commissioned me to do, if you've played The Clock, do Wander, the main character from that. And he has a horse whose name I can't remember off the top of my... Echoes? He's got a horse. So I'm going to be making Wander, turning Ron Weasley on the chess piece to Wander on the horse that apparently just has 3 legs. I mean, why would a horse need 4 legs? That's just silly. It was in the as is section at Hot Topic, and I thought it was just because the box was super beat up and ghetto. That's all right. Honestly, I kind of, knowing that, I feel a little better about working on the pop now, because it's one of those quote unquote movie moments, and it's a really nice figure. It really is for breaking parts off and sanding parts down and stuff like that. But I mean, he's already lost a leg. I can't do anything worse. I mean, you know, the worst has already happened. I'm just gonna make him a prosthetic. Well, I'm glad I can start working on that now since I've got the clay out. I'm not too crazy about whatever's going on right here. Uh-oh. My friends, my camera is my iPad, which is what I've been streaming on, is at 10% battery. And I do not have a cord long enough for it. So that is, I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to keep picking Balto's nose. But otherwise, I'm gonna call the stream a night. I shall be back hopefully before the end of the week to keep working on them. You guys take care of yourselves. Stay safe and warm. And I'll see you all later, all right? Ciao. Oh, how do I stop? Oh, this was so much easier on a computer.